March the Libertines and Don't Look Back into the Sun now. With my mate Pete Doherty.
You met him somewhere, didn't you?
I met him at Jonathan Ross when I did Friday Night with Jonathan Ross earlier on in the year.
Wow. You said he was a nice man.
He was a very, very, very charming man, which I had heard before from another friend who'd met him, weirdly, on the same show.
He's got to have something going for him.
Well, he's... that record's brilliant.
Oh, no, meaning his personality.
Well, he seems very quiet. Seems a very quiet young gentleman, but that's exactly what he was. You take as you find, and I've never been a massive Pete Doherty fan, but he was very, very, very gentleman-like. And he was on with Barbara Windsor, and he was very nice to Barbara, and Barbara thought he was charming.
Well, that's nice.
So there you go.
Nice young man.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And then that was it. I was going to make a joke then, but I thought, no, I won't. I'll leave it as a nice comment that it was intended to be. So Friday evening, I stayed in, and what happens is normally I tweet on Twitter from my iPhone. So normally, kind of like if I'm in on a Friday or whatever night, and I go and make a cup of tea in the kitchen, I'll go, do you know, while the kettle's boiling, I'll just send a little message out. Anyway, get a great message. Alad's already put a message out, and then someone sends me a message going, oh my God, Alad is on BBC Radio Cymru, which is Welsh for Wales. And that is the Welsh-speaking side of the BBC in Wales. And it's on Sky. You can listen to it on Sky, channel 015, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I thought, and they went, you got to switch it on. It's hilarious. Now, I know that I don't want to insult the people of Wales, because I love the people of Wales. Well, I don't love everybody in Wales. I'm sure there's a few idiots. But, you know, generally speaking, I think Wales is a lovely place, and the people that I've always come into contact with from Wales have been, generally very lovely and funny, and I just like they seem to have a nice take on life. But anyway, when you don't speak a language and you do hear someone speaking it, especially somebody you know, I'm sorry, but it can give you a different emotion. Davina McCall speaking French on Who Do You Think You Are is like, my God, look at that, she's speaking French. Alad speaking fluent Welsh is funny. So he was on, and I put it on, and is there, and you know, because there's the odd English word that slips through or whatever.
I put a few in, yeah.
Shemai, ik ga in de vier van het geluid JLS, en ik vraag Linenwa la beat again. Ik ga op Radio 1, Chris Moyles, is the Cardiff International. And this kept going on, so I sent him a text saying, I'm listening to you, and then he said hello to me, and then for the next link I was listening, I had no idea what they were talking about.
It's like a different language, isn't it?
I'm sure at one point he said, Radio Ian is a Chris. I said, who do you think you are? I said, Radio Times.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is brilliant. I know he's talking about me. I kind of get the gist, but I'm not sure what he was saying.
That's the thing, because you get enough words to actually piece together the conversation, don't you?
Do you know what was funny? Was that because I was going on the Welsh radio station, I've just put a tweet out just saying, if you want to listen, hear something different, have a listen now. And then I was there, and of course, all the replies come back going, but it's Welsh. I want to understand it. I was like, well, okay, that's quite true. So I said, right, if you want, I'll give you a shout out. So the first 10 names that come back, I'll give you a shout out. So at least you'll understand your name. So there we are, me and Maggie Dodd, who's lovely, by the way.
Maggie Dodd?
Maggie Dodd. We were there in the studio chatting away happily, going, hello to Joe. Shemai Rachel. And then your text came in throwing, Yakida, Radio Times.
I didn't say Yakida.
I don't know, something like that.
I said, I'm listening to you. You made me out like some kind of Welsh racist.
And you said, I'm listening. And even though I work with you, Chris, I must admit, the link got a lot more serious. I just said to Maggie, Chris Moyles is listening. And her face went kind of very serious. And then for the next few minutes, it was like, oh my God, Chris Moyles is listening. Shemai Chris Moyles. And then we started talking about the whole team. I work with you every day.
But even now,
I got excited.
Even now, as you tell the story, Alad, you sound more Welsh.
I'm pretty Welsh today because I've just spent the weekend in Wales, and I do tend to sound a little bit Welsh.
There were a couple of words that I'm not so sure what they mean in Welsh, and I'm kind of sitting there making my mug of tea, and he goes, Shemai, Chris Moyles, and Radio Ian. I said, have a Chris. He said, very handsome. And that's enough there. And then a few words that came out, and I'm like, I beg your pardon, what did you just say then? That sounded like in English a rude word, but in Welsh, obviously not a rude word. And I can't say the word on the air because I will say it wrong. It will sound rude, but if you were to say it, it would be fine. Yeah. But I don't know if we can get, is there any way we can get a clip of you from Friday night show?
Oh, probably. It's a BBC network, so it's probably internal.
Will they have Listen Again?
Yeah. They've got to listen again.
Later,
Yeah?
I'll get Matt to go off and just get some of you from radio. Now, I know if anyone speaks fluent Welsh, they'll go, well, I don't really get it. But for the rest of us who don't speak fluent Welsh,
Okay.
will be quite funny.
Is that when I came back and said hello to you? That bit there?
It's well, I was listening from the JLS just before you played JLS.
Because what I do on that station is talk about my showbiz week.
Sure.
You see, which is basically this show and the guests that we have that come on the show.
That's
And
nice.
it's very exciting, and you get to hear that behind the scenes.
And it's nice of them to talk about it because they don't have to talk about it, but it's nice that they do. And it was, and I just want to play. I'll be honest, I just want to play a clip of you. Well, it sounds like talking backwards.
And then I got on BBC 3 this Sunday. Did you hear about this?
No, I tell you what, I missed last night. I missed your advert on BBC 2.
Was I on BBC 2?
Didn't you tell me that you had an advert for the surgery? Or
No, it's BBC 3.
on BBC 3.
But then I tweeted to say I'm going to be on BBC 3. Loads of replies saying, "Were you on helium? It was sped up."
There's a few of those come through today.
oh, well, let's get a copy of that as
So I
well.
want to hear that.
We've got so much material of Alice.
It's like a media saturation weekend.
You went
Anyway.
to my game box. That's coming up next.
Alan has a visual game coming up after 8 o'clock this morning, which we'll play on the radio. It can only spell F-U-N, fun.
Hello, Chris and the Breakfast Show team.
Hello.
It's Fern and Reggie. How you doing?
Hi.
Hope you're all good.
Yeah,
Hope
good.
you are well.
Yes.
If you missed yesterday's chart show, it
did.
was a biggie.
Was it?
Nick, aka Chicane, talked about what's to do on holiday in Ibiza.
Yep. Now, Pitbull was on about the ladies getting naked to his track, and the lovely JLS answered listeners' questions like this one.
Hello, this is Amy from Stourbridge. I just wondered what the craziest thing that you would do to get someone to like you is. I love you. Thanks. Bye.
Wow.
The craziest thing to do.
Skydive.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I think a skydive or bungee jump. I'll be like, look how cool I am. Bungee jump.
not crazy.
Bang, into the water.
So if you missed it, download the podcast
crazy.
now from bbc.co.uk/Radio 1.
I think you find the craziest thing to do if you ever want to show somebody that you really like them and stand outside their house constantly for a month.
Naked.
Now that is crazy, right? Kidnap one of their animals, right, and live with it in a tent in their front garden.
Yeah.
That is proper crazy, and you will indeed be arrested.
Teach their cat to play the guitar.
Doing
That's crazy.
Doing a bungee jump, that's not crazy. You know, dressing up as the person's mother that you fancy, that's crazy. You know,
Whilst holding a cat playing the guitar.
Yeah. Stood there like that, holding the cat. Is the cat play the guitar?
The cat is, yeah.
The cat's like this, ring, 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 like that.
Yeah.
And you're holding the cat, and you're there going, "Have you done your homework yet?" Brilliant.
That is crazy.
While you have a sign made of cardboard around your neck saying, "I miss you."
Please go out with me.
Yeah.
Would you like to do the top 10, Dave?
Yes, I would.
Odds or evens?
Oddies.
Oddies.
10.
At 10, it's Chipmunk featuring the girl who sings Diamond Rings bit. The song is called Diamond Rings.
9.
At 9, up 4, new entry, straight in, Pitbull, I Know You Want Me, brackets Cala Ocho. Whatever that means.
8.
Michael Jackson is still in the chart. Man in the Mirror is down to number 8. Kala Ochi.
7, Kapow, new entry, Poppy Holler, it's Chicane, a new entry at 7.
Yeah, he said new entry.
6.
David Guetta, FT Kelly Rowland. But don't tell David's wife, When Love Takes Over is down to 6.
5.
Straight in, down 1, up 3, at 5, Paparazzi, Lady Gaga. Paparazzi.
4.
It's LaRoux's and Bulletproof.
3.
Up 3 at 7. No, up 7 at 3. Black Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling.
Great record. Thanks. It's a great record.
2.
When they play the song, Evacuate the Dance Floor, it happens. It's number 2.
Which means there's a brand new entry. What's the craziest thing you've ever done, boys? That's right, go straight to the top of the charts on BBC Radio 1 with Beat Again. It's JLS.
And
Beat Again.
9. It's the UK's number 1 on Radio 1. I never know how the jingles work on this feature, but what we'll do is we'll play it after the news. We'll do that because we need a song to set up Alan's Love Box game. Game
No,
box.
it's not Love Box.
Is that what it's called? Love Box?
The Love Box Weekender was this weekend.
Yeah, well, I thought that's what
Maybe
it was.
thinking of that.
There's a Duran Duran popping out of it. The reflex. No.
Pra la la la.
Alan does a visual game. You can watch it on the internet live on the streaming, or you can just listen to it, and we'll do it after the news. We'll also play JLS after the news. We have Dominic in the studio. Carrie's up with the Gulf in Scotland. Let's do news and sport.
Digital.
FM.
Online.
This is BBC Radio 1.
2 minutes past 8.
The government tries to clear up confusion over swine flu.